love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me.
Hello, Miami. Thank you so much for watching 305 Sports. Now, I am your host, Will. Thank you for today's episode, as I will be reviewing the Canes Camp YouTube series. It has been unbelievable. If you have not been watching it, what in the world are you waiting for? What in the world are you doing? It has been amazing seeing the access the University of Miami, especially the coaching staff, has given its fan base, to be able to watch these athletes, these football players that we're so dying to see on August 31st take on the Florida Gators, out there performing, seeing how they are as people, humanizing them a bit, you could say, as we've seen, conversations with Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo, etc. The one thing that has stood out to me, by the way, I love that. I love seeing the offense. I love seeing them practice. I love seeing how they move the football in general. But I want to feature, and I want to feature one specific coach, and from the thumbnail who I'm going to talk about, and that is Coach D. Nick. Yes, Coach Derek Nicholson has been the standout to me as far as one of the coaches that's been there. Very young guy, obviously. He's a standout. His motivational speeches, the way he talks to the players, the way he relates to the players is what really caught my eye. The fact how impactful he's been on these young men's lives is fantastic. The fact how he sits with them, breaks things down, talks to them. He knows when to be low in terms of how he speaks one-on-one, to excited, motivated, passionate, etc., etc., etc. Unbelievable as well. And yeah, he's a former Nole, but I like him. I will say that he is an absolute former Nole. A little bit about Coach D. Nick. Well, first things foremost, he coached at Louisville with Coach Scott Satterfield, right? And he spent like a cup of coffee in Cincinnati with Coach Satterfield before he was hired at the University of Miami. And he's just basically kicked the ball rolling, man. He's been unbelievable. As I'm not gonna lie to you, I was kind of sad to see Charlie Strong go, but the Canes haven't missed a beat. As a matter of fact, they've been really good and improved, their tackling and so on under Coach D. Nick. Now, I'm not gonna take anything away from Coach Charlie Strong. Charlie Strong was a very good linebackers coach, a great recruiter, an amazing defensive coordinator as well. Not for the Canes, but in his career in college football. But let me tell you, man, Coach D. Nick is on the rise. I mean, he's just unbelievable. And we've seen improvements from the linebacker core. I just want to go first with Kiko Marinoa. Kiko Marinoa, who came back, to play one more season with the Canes before he decides to go into the NFL draft, had a career year, you could say, over at the University of Miami as Kiko. Look at my notes here, guys. As Kiko finished the season with 82 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception. He had a 3, I think, his last season in Washington State, but still, though, tackle-wise, in terms of forcing fumbles, stuff like that, he's been phenomenal as a Miami Hurricane. We also saw great improvements with Corey Flagg. Corey Flagg, who was kind of like that tweener as far as how the fans felt about him. Some fans liked him. I liked him personally. Some fans did not like him. He was a holdover for a good time from the Manny Diaz era. He's since gone on to play at another school to join his brother. And the linebackers right now are taking the ball rolling with Jalen Alderman coming in as well. The young guys coming in as well. We've seen some great development from what we heard from Raul Papupo Aguirre as well. Marcellus Pulliam as well have been doing very well under the tutelage and the leadership of Coach D. Nick as well. But not only has he been killing it in terms of getting guys ready to play, he's also been killing it on the recruiting trail. Which is what Mario Cristobal loves. He loves building and stacking that talent. And let me tell you, he's responsible for the recruitment of Gavin Nix, whom we all happy we got. That big, nasty-looking Elijah Melendez, who looks like he could already play when he was a junior in high school. He's a senior this year. He's a committed Cane, locked up his recruitment. That's another victory for Coach D. Nick as well. And Ezekiel Marcelane as well is a product of the recruiting of Coach D. Nick. Because of his recruiting and because of the fact that Mario Cristobal does value him as a member of his staff, he is the co-DC of the Miami Hurricanes alongside with Lance Guidry. Now, we know that Lance Guidry had a really solid season. In year 2 of Coach Guidry's defense, I do expect the Canes to take a step up, despite the fact that there are some questions about the secondary. I do think that as the season progresses and so on, we'll see some good mixes and matches where I think the secondary will look better as the season goes along. But with the front seven Miami has, I seriously think that that's going to help the secondary, including the young guys that are hurt have been killing it in practice, guys like Ryan Mack and OJ Frederick. So that also starts with the linebacker core. And I see a lot of good things in the linebacker core coming from Coach D. Nick, who will be coaching these guys in their positions, and of course the schematics being called by Lance Guidry. My hope is that when Coach Guidry, which I think is going to happen, when Coach Guidry gets a head coaching job somewhere, because Coach Guidry is due and he's going to get a head coaching job because he's been successful coaching defenses wherever he has been. Okay. I think the next man up is going to be Coach Derek Nicholson. I do think Coach D. Nick is going to take over for Coach Guidry. Will we continue that kind of a system? I don't know. Guys tend to be their own men when they get the reins to something, because everybody's an individual. But I do think Miami will not miss a beat defensively with Coach Derek Nicholson being defensive coordinator in the future, because I do believe that the team will rally around him. I do believe he's going to bring in the recruits that he wants that are very South Florida based in general. The guy did play at Florida State, so he understands the Florida athlete. And I'm just going to say this: I do hope that if that does happen, Coach D. Nick takes over, because I do think that the Canes will be great for years to come. And then I think he's going to be a head coach too. I'm also calling it as well. I think he'll also be a head coach. Not anytime soon though. I hope not anytime soon though. I do like him on our team. I do hope him as part of the staff. I do think he's good for the community. I do think he's good for the kids. I think he's very good at motivation. I do think he's very good at making men as well post college football. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. If you have not seen it yet, you have to check it out on YouTube on the Miami Hurricanes football channel. It is Canes Camp. They have about 3 episodes as of right now. Check it out. You should not miss it. It is a must see. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you heard, please do not forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that share button. That's it for me. I am Will. Stay safe. God bless you soon. Go Canes, guys. All about the U. Bye-bye. And beat Florida. Bye.